Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. I am here to represent the hardworking low-income single parents. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. If you've seen part 1 of my savings challenge review, mid 12-week year, whatever it's called, if you've seen that video, I went through what my progress is in my 12-week year. So we are about midweek between the 12-week year. So make sure you go ahead and watch that video so you're a little bit more clear on what I'm talking about. So I have these financial goals that I need to meet by April 9th, which is the end of my 12-week year. So in the last video, I kind of went through what I still needed, what balances there were, and what we've already checked off or we're already still on track for. There were a few of the goals that I am not on track for or that I still needed some funds for. So when I went through and I showed you that I didn't know where the extra money was going to come from. So after I filmed that video, I just went ahead and I figured it out. So here is what I figured out. So the things that were missing were my daughter's clothes. So she has a savings challenge for her school clothes coming up, or clothes that she'll need throughout the year. That still needed $15. My home goals still needed $80, and Christmas still needed $390. So there was a total of $485 that I still need to find or contribute to those funds. And I really did not have a way that I was going to make that up. So in the video, I just kind of said, well, what if I put half of my taxes or half of that balance from my taxes? Then I'd still have $242 that I did not know where it was going to come from. So when I went through, I decided I was going to put $210 towards that $390 Christmas goal, which would give me $80 left. Then I decided I'd put $40 in my YouTube income from February and $40 in my March YouTube income towards Christmas. So $80, boom, that's done. That's taken care of. So there's a plan for that. Then her clothes, $15. I wasn't too worried about that. I'm just going to take that from the YouTube income that I will be stuffing this month. So this month's YouTube income came from what I earned in January. It's always a month behind. But anyway, that's where that $15 will come from. I didn't want to leave anything to chance, so I wanted to make sure I had a plan for everything, because I never really know exactly how much my paychecks will be or what bills will come up between now and then that will need, money to go towards them. So that's why I wanted to make sure I had a plan for the rest of them. And same for home goals. I decided I'm going to put $20 from my income tax refund towards home goals. $30 will come from my always fund. So with my income tax, I decided that I am going to kind of fully fund my water sinking fund. So water is part of my always binder. So the always fund is funds that I contribute to every time that I get paid. I decided that I am going to fully fund water for the year. So water is for my water bill. It's a total of around $60 every 3 months. I already have $60 in that fund for the March bill, so I just needed $180 to finish that off. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take $180 and fully fund that binder when I get my tax refund. So that's that. So instead of the $10 every pay period going to water, I'm going to put 10 more towards home goals. It already is part of the always fund. So instead of just putting $10 towards it, we're going to start putting $20 towards home goal. That way I have 3 more paychecks. That takes off $30 from it. So now I have only $30 left, and I decided I'm going to take $15 from each of the YouTube paychecks in February and March. So these goals all have to be done by April 9th. So that's why I only have these 2 more months or a month and a half left to take care of these. So that is my plan to pay for the rest of these mid-year goals. So my savings challenges are all now on track. I now have a plan for everything, where everything will go. This again is the outline for Q1. So hopefully, if everything goes as planned, if the income tax refund goes as planned and the YouTube income comes in as planned, then we are on track to meet all of our goals. So yay, confetti. That's the plan. I also mentioned a couple videos ago that I wanted to rearrange some of the binders. So I went ahead and kind of did like a rough draft of where I want my tax refund to go. So I have some new sinking funds that I want to add to this. And also I have some funds that I want to move around. And also good news is that we finished the we filed taxes and we did not have to pay any taxes for YouTube. So I'm going to move that money that we had left in there. I did use half of the YouTube tax to pay for filing the taxes. So I think that was what, $130 or something like that. Because I had to purchase one that was a little bit more expensive than what I would usually use, since I'm now doing YouTube, and you know, that's a different kind of tax. You know, the government wants some more money from that. So this is the debt, and I decided I'm going to take this out before I do my YouTube stuffing for this month. So before I get paid from YouTube, I'm going to take the balance out. There's $152 left. This paycheck that I get this month will be the first paycheck of 2024 for YouTube. So I'm going to empty this out so that we can start fresh with that budget. Then we can start fresh for our 2024. Perfect. Okay. So now, where is this gonna go, do you say? Let me show you. So of course I've already developed a budget for where this will go. I am going to give, I might need some change. No, I know. Okay, $50 is going to go to myself. Basically, I stuff my binders with money I get from YouTube or extra income that I have. I'm gonna make sure I get some money because, you know, it's me doing this. So $50 I want to go into my binder. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna put $30 into beauty to kind of make this $50. All right, yeah, so I do need change. I need change for 50. Let's see. Hold please. So I just made change from one of my other binders for $50. And then this 20 was already in there. We're gonna add $30 more to it so that I can now have $50 in beauty. So I gotta make sure I update my sinking fund tracker too with the money that I moved around. It won't change the balance because I'm just moving money around, but at least it'll tell me at least it will tell me how much I have in each. And then for miscellaneous, let's see what I have. I think I'm going to put the other $30 in here, or $20. Let's see. What we have? 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yep, we have $30. So I'm going to put this $10 in here so that we now have $50 in each of the envelopes. Yay, which I'm happy about because I had used this money to pay for, move that to the side. I had used this money to pay for a pipe repair. So I want to replace that $20. So it. Okay, so we now have $50 in mom miscellaneous, which is for me. Shopping has nothing left. Shopping has nothing. It has never had nothing. It has never had anything in it. But I do plan on, you know, this being a fund for me. So let me just finish up with the YouTube tax and then I'll go over what binders are changing. So, and then $100 I want to go into family fun, and that's because I did get some days off this upcoming week, just a few days for a long weekend, and I do want to go on a road trip. So depending on how the weather behaves, we're just going to stay overnight at a hotel and go on a road trip. So we're going to add this $100 to that. So 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So we now have $240 in there. And I really want family fun to have as much money as possible because I really want us to be able to have some fun this year and not be worried about, you know, how much everything costs and, you know, just enjoy life a little bit. So that's why I'm trying to do more overtime, because I want to be able to do some repairs at home and I want to be able to have some fun. You know, I'm tired of complaining about not having, well, I don't really complain about it, but I would like to have money that's just for fun and not just for bills, you know. All right, perfect. So fun, even though this is probably going to get used on that hotel, but at least we have it now. And then we have $2 left, and you know where that's going to go. That's going to go to our $1 challenge, which I contribute to anytime there's anything like weird left over, or not technically odd numbers, but where we really wouldn't make a difference anywhere else. So I'm going to put that $2 in here. So I'm not tracking how much is in here. I'm kind of just filling this whenever, and then at the end of the year, you know, hopefully I can save it until then. We will see how much we were able to save in this, you know, extra odd number fund. I don't even know what it's called. I'm just calling it a $1 challenge. All right, that's it for that. All right, so what are we moving around? We already showed you the mom fund. In my binder, I'm also going to put, and these are based on what I decided I'm going to put, you know, my taxes towards, and then just some things I realized I needed to be moved around. So I have not planned this out, so bear with me. I'm just moving some things around. Okay, so shopping we're going to leave in here, and then I'm going to add birthdays in here, because once it's fully funded in the sinking fund challenges, I want those to go into our our envelopes. So I'm putting birthdays in here, and then there's another one I want to put in here, which is debt. And that is because I told you guys a long time ago, and I did not put any money towards it, that I want this to go towards, oh, it says taxes. Basically, my employer discovered that they weren't taking money out for a parking lot that I was parking in like 2 years ago. So there was like a $600 balance. They were not taking the money out. And back then I was not paying attention, especially not as I'm doing now. So I definitely suggest, you know, looking at your paycheck every once in a while, if not very often. But anyway, they decided, since it was, I mean, partially their fault, just partially, mostly mine, but it was very nice of them. They took off half. So there's a $300 balance, and she's like, as long as you pay something towards it, you know, here and there, don't worry about it. And you know, once you start paying for parking again at the end of this year, I can have them take out, you know, a little extra $10 here and there or whatever. But I want to start putting a little bit of money in there, you know, just to get ahead of it, so that they're not taking a bunch when it's time to pay for it. And then I'm debating about doing a long-term fund binder, or like long-term / fully funded binder. Should I do that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do that for things that are either fully funded or something that I'm not going to touch often. So let me get a binder for that. Okay, so I'm deciding between one of these. This is one of my OG binders. This was actually a planner that I got, and I just decided to use it as like a cash stuffing binder. And then this I think I got this from Temu. I really like this. So this was one that I need to clean it. But this is one that I will clean that. This is one that I got for my birthday. I bought it for myself. And I really like it. I love the holographic. I love that. So I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this one as my fully funded binder. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, I just ended up condensing these to go to other things. So what I'm gonna fully fund with my taxes, I've already decided, is from my always fund, it's gonna be water and subscriptions. So I've already decided how much I'll need for those throughout the end of this year. So we're gonna just put in enough money to last me for these bills throughout the end of the year. So that I'm gonna put those in there. And I decided I'm gonna replace those with my daughter's beauty. I'm gonna contribute to that every pay period. So that's gonna go in there. And then home goals, did I say, or home maintenance? I think it was home goals. Home goals. But I can leave that where it is. All right, so kids beauty is gonna come back in here. And honestly, this kind of still it still matches with this binder. So we're gonna put that in here. I'll put it back. All right, so now there's just these 3. If I get to the end of the quarter and then I need to change something, then I'll do that. But that's those 3. And then I decided these 2 things will be long term. Let's see. Pet emergency and home emergency. I think those are longer term. I don't fill those often at all. So I'm going to put those in the long term. But of course, let's see, I want it to match. So let me find these, because I like how this matches with the black. So let me find these that I can put, let's just make it look cute. Okay, so I was able to move some things around. I did decide to go ahead and put the parking debt in the long-term binder. So this is what I now have in the long-term binder. I have moved home emergency, pet emergency, the debt, which is for the parking, water, and subscriptions. These are all things that are either close to being fully funded, or will be funded with my income tax refund. So I also added one more to my daughter's binder. I debated on whether I wanted to put graduation in here. I'm still going to debate on that. But graduation I do still contribute to every once in a while. So birthday I put in here for her, and I put one in my binder so that once that's fully funded, I can move them to our binders, our personal binders. School's in here, clothing is in here. I added miscellaneous splurge. So this will be for anything that pops up for her that I need to pay for, or if, you know, she wants to do anything fun for herself, I'll have some money that I can just give to her. So that I added, and like I said, I'm debating on whether to add senior year and graduations to the long-term binder, but for now, that's where they will stay. So we do have all of our binders all set and ready to go. I don't know exactly when I will be getting my tax refund, but I think what I'll do is when the second quarter comes up, which is April 10th, it starts on April 10th. So when I'm preparing for that, I will stuff any of my income taxes. So that will be coming up pretty soon, actually. So, you know, if I get paid before then, I'll just leave it in the bank and decide what I'm going to do. Of course, that's going to be a zero-based budget. You guys will get to see me stuff the money that I get from that. Some of it, of course, will be left in the bank, but hopefully you didn't see this syrup. My daughter made breakfast, and oh my God, it was so good. Like a little bit, it was so good that a little bit fell into my pajama pocket and I ate it still.
That's a damn shame.
All right. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I always want you to remember it is about progression and not about perfection. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy saving. Bye.